What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the DayDreamer Gaming WWE Elimination Chamber 2018 prediction show, brought to you by the Grabcast. I'm Sonny, and tonight we're playing WWE 2K18 on PlayStation 4. If you've never been to one of these streams before, what we do is we play through the entire card on the latest WWE game. We chat about it, we give our predictions, we talk shit about the show. That's basically how this goes. So, we're starting off with the match that I'm assuming is on the pre-show, which is the Balor Club, which I still hate, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and they're taking on the Miztourage, which I also hate, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Kyle is here and says, hi, what's happening, Kyle? Elliot is here and says, oh, hi, it's that weird sport in quotes again. That's right, Elliot. It's not sport, it's sports entertainment. Don't forget it. Right. So this should be an interesting match. I'm not really too sure why they're having this match, but they are, and there's not an awful lot we can do about it. Griff says, fuck this game. Yeah, well, Griff's been spending a lot of time with this game, doing some creations. You may have seen it. You may have seen the Elimination Chamber, the DayDreamer Gaming Elimination Chamber. If you haven't, go back and watch it. It's brilliant. So, Bit of Buffoon is here. What's happening, Buffoon? For me, this match should be a formality. It should be the club, or the Balor Club, if you really have to call them that. They should beat the Miztourage. I mean, they just should. The only way I see the Miztourage winning is through shenanigans.
From Brooksville, Florida, weighing in at 234 pounds.
Skipping the entrances. Griff says, hopefully you can have more fun than I have been. Yeah, I mean, you have been stuck in the creation suite, though, my friend. And for that, I feel bad for you. I really do. We'll skip Curtis Axel's entrance as well. So, like I said before, this is the match on the pre-show.
Tag team action in full effect, guys, and these superstars are about to show all you folks what it's all about.
Bit of Buffoon says, I'd love to pitch slap the Miztourage. Yeah, I mean, they're funny. I mean, they're a good comedy act, I think. But beyond that, I really am not a fan. I'm a fan of them individually as wrestlers, but as the Miztourage, I could really do without it. It sucks.
You know, a 2-on-2 match can be great if you and your partner are on the same page. But if one zigs and the other zags, it'll be awful.
The one not funny guy's here and says, hi, what's happening, buddy? Griff says, if this is what is needed to take the club to the next level, I'll take it. Griff, you know as well as I do that this match on the pre-show of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is not what is going to take the club to the next level.
The better their chances of winning will be. This thing appears
unless you mean them being the Balor Club.
In a hurry, guys, and you can bet he envisioned things going much differently for him.
Beautiful Rikishi driver by Machine Gun Carl Anderson there. Let's get the big guy in. Festus.
Struggling to get to the corner, and he tags his
hot tag by Bo.
Momentum has certainly shifted here, Michael.
All right, okay. Griff says, not this match, the face turn with Finn. Yeah, okay, well that makes sense, I guess.
This is some great offense by Curtis Axel.
Who do people think are going to win this match tonight? Beautiful reversal by Festus.
Look, Luke Gallows is on the attack now.
I mean, for me, the Balor Club has to win. Simply because they've got the momentum at the minute. They've got, like Griff pointed to, the face turn with Finn. And it just makes perfect sense for them to win the match. And that's the way I see this going.
And solidified himself as one of the hardest hitting superstars in WWE.
Finn says club's got to win, surely. Also, hi. Hey, Finn.
Luke Gallows starting to stall a bit here. His tag, and he goes for the pin. Looking to catch him off guard there, I guess. Very nice.
I try and play this game as little as possible. Just simply because it's just annoying. I enjoy playing it sometimes, but then other times it just really annoys the piss out of me. Stupid things happen. You'll probably see stupid things happen during the course of this stream, in all truth, but yeah. Bearded Buffoon says, I think Club will win it, but won't count the Miztourage, relying on some fuckery.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Once Curtis Axel returned to honoring his family legacy in sports entertainment, my opinion of him changed. Axel took a real initiative in getting himself on the
What we're going to have here is some sort of amazing offense from Curtis Axel. Have a day off, mate. It's a weird card tonight at Elimination Chamber. I mean, it seems obvious who's going to win both of the Elimination Chamber matches, which makes me think something different's going to happen. But at the same time, and I'm contradicting myself, I can't see anything different happening. It's just nothing else. Oh no, not this.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
That's fine.
And he escapes the submission. And good thing that could have been.
We've got a pointless sort of singles match between Oscar and Nia Jax. I think it's basically just to make sure that both are on the pay-per-view in the build-up to WrestleMania. We have the, well, which I doubt will be the culmination of the rivalry between Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt. And of course we have Ronda Rousey doing her, signing her Raw contract. I'm still not convinced that that's going to be as clear-cut as they're making it out to be. Something's going to happen that's obviously going to set Ronda's match up for WrestleMania.
We may have discovered his favorite move, taking off his feet.
But guys, I want to hear your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Are you looking forward to it? Is it just another meh pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania? What is it? Tell me. Griff says, so who attacks Ronda? Honestly, I think Stephanie McMahon. I think Stephanie McMahon has something to do with it, and it leads to the tag match that they've been talking about between Stephanie and Triple H and Ronda and a currently unknown partner. They wanted The Rock. I don't think The Rock is going to be available to do WrestleMania. I've seen Kurt Angle touted about as a name. I don't think he'll be Kurt Angle because I think they want him to run a program with Seth Rollins in the run-up to WrestleMania. And I've also seen Braun Strowman touted around as well because Triple H, I think, was also going to feud with Braun Strowman, so they might just combine the two. We'll see. But I think this does lead to an eventual tag team match at WrestleMania between Ronda and whoever her partner may be versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, because I think that's a good way to get Ronda introduced to main live in-ring WWE action, because although Ronda is a real professional, you know, I think carrying a WrestleMania singles match on her own is maybe a bit too much. So if she's got that guidance from Triple H and obviously a male partner as well, I think that would help a great deal. Finn says Charlotte heel turn, she signs with SmackDown instead. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, there's definitely room for fuckery in this whole Ronda Rousey signing with Raw thing. And if they do insist on having Ronda Rousey in a singles match at WrestleMania, Charlotte is the sensible choice because she can help Ronda. And you know, Charlotte's one of the best that they've got. And there's Curtis Axel falling through the ropes. Good stuff. Steve's here and says, hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, what's happening, Steve? Good evening, my friend.
He's back in control here.
Do I sound okay, by the way? I mean, I had a few problems with my headset just a minute ago. I commented on the they did like a post on Facebook the other day, WWE 2K, about how they can improve this year's game. I said take a year off and rebuild, because that's basically exactly what they should do. I mean, this game's fun enough, but it's, you know,
Luke Gallows tagged in.
Not what it could be, especially when you look at the awesome games from
I wouldn't be surprised if that left
the N64, which I've been playing recently, and they still play amazing. Then you come back to this and it's like, okay.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
He is a one-man gang in there.
Right, let's try and get this match out of the way. Wasn't anticipating so many of you watching fresh out of the gates. Well, let's see if we can get the tag finisher in there.
Carl Anderson.
Here we go. And the Magic Killer.
Too sweet. It's just not Bo Dallas's night, guys.
Oh, bloody hell. That's right, that's this game in a nutshell.
I don't know, guys.
Bullshit.
I've seen the finisher already.
Just when you think you've ended the match, nonsense happens.
I think we're at the point in this match where the finisher could be used
Bo Dallas
at any moment
can't muster
here.
the energy. 2 inches away from his partner to tag in. So Carl Anderson's going to come steaming in with a Rikishi driver.
Carl Anderson here.
Not today.
Yeah. Vince says, sounds good. Excellent.
Just
Thank you very much for that, mate.
felt there.
We're nearing a finisher for Carl Anderson anyway, so that's good.
And what a reversal there for Bo Dallas.
I mean, there's only 6 matches on the card tonight as well, and this one was only added, I think, maybe yesterday or today.
The tag team scene here in WWE is undergoing
And this is a pre-show match, so 5 on the main card. I mean, less is more. Because, you know, like with NXT, they have less matches, but the show's always great. I don't think that's going to be the case with Elimination Chamber. I think it's going to be a case of needs must pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania. A little bit like Fastlane next month.
He's making a statement here with this attack. Oh, the reversal by Carl Anderson.
Boom! Rocket kick.
It's just
Boom! Rocket kick.
this one's over, guys.
Hey,
Jesus.
practice makes perfect,
Classic
right?
example of this game being ridiculous. Corey Graves says, boom, rocket kick. And then, boom, rocket kick. Like, straight away after.
With the tag.
Get it right. It's like last year where they had the Kings, like, commentary cock-up on the Legend DLC.
It's just not Bo Dallas's night, guys.
Right now,
Knocked right off
that
the
should be
apron.
it.
Here he goes for the win.
1, 2, and 3.
And that's it. This one is
Which hopefully is going to be the result tonight. Of course, we want to see the club beat the Mr. Raj, and that's exactly what I see happening.
Here are your winners.
Okay, so we move on. Let's have a look. Let's have a think of what we can do next. All right, so let's do the singles match between Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt. If it ever loads up, here we go. Cool. Okay, Griff's asking Steve if he's a wrestling fan. I'm not even sure how we picked Steve up. I think he just turned up, said, hey, what's up, everyone? And then he was just here. Who did I say? Oh, Matt Hardy. Right, so downloaded Superstars. You can't hear it, but I'm headbanging to Disturbed right now.
Hardy.
So, of course, it's Woken Matt Hardy that's going to be on the show, not Matt Hardy V1 / Hardy Boys circa 2000. So this feud has been, I think, a little while in the making. Because I remember when Matt Hardy was doing the broken thing in TNA, they had like a little bit of a Twitter war, because they were trying to do the similar type of things. Obviously, Matt Hardy did the final deletion and all that sort of stuff. And then they did that weird thing with the Wyatt compound, and that was really, really strange and stuff. And then I don't know. They had like a little bit of a Twitter back and forth, but obviously everyone's friends again now that Matt Hardy's back in WWE and all that sort of stuff. And then I think it seems like a logical step to have Woken Matt Hardy feud with Bray Wyatt because they're both really weird and seemingly do strange laughs. That's all I can really gather from this whole rivalry so far. Yes, and all that sort of stuff. I don't get it. I was never a fan of the broken gimmick in TNA. I thought it was something to laugh at, but now it's in WWE. It's like really not liking it. But oh well. What does everyone else think of the Woken gimmick? People like it, or? So apparently Steve is a wrestling fan, which is great. Griff says, so we picked Steve up during Halloween week. He's a fan of survival horror games. Try to keep up, Sonny. Jesus, how do you remember back to October? I don't remember back to October. Finn says, this feud should be better, so much better than it has been. Yeah, it's been just distinctly average, isn't it, really? Griff says, I like his entrance music. Yeah, I like his entrance music too, actually. I'm glad that they've sort of kept with the piano. I like Bray Wyatt's entrance music. Always have those, awesome. So, Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. What are your predictions, guys?
Oftentimes in our business,
for me, Woken Matt Hardy is super hot right now. People are still loving the delete chants and all that kind of thing. So
settle in, guys.
I'm going to go with Matt Hardy.
Well, guys, to say this Phoenix crowd is ready for this match would be a gross understatement.
They do well to put this match on early as well, to get the crowd sort of going early with the delete chants and all that kind of thing.
What do you think of Matt Hardy's
Don't put it on after one of the Elimination Chamber matches because the crowd will be dead for it, in my opinion. That's what always happens. Griff says Bray exists to lose.
This match continues at the pace we've seen so far. We are
in pretty much.
A memorable night.
I mean, it's weird to think that this time last year Bray was just about to win his first WWE Championship.
And what he has to do to rebound.
He just has to make sure this
at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, of course.
Sometimes momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way.
Finn says, hoping for some kind of shenanigans. Not sure what, but something to move one of these guys forward. Yes, yeah, that's what this feud has to do, is elevate one of these two guys, because they can't be in this feud forever. What I can see happening is them going into WrestleMania still feuding. You know, like last year where they did that weird thing in the ring with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I have to be honest, I think they're going to want to pull that out again. Or maybe they'll do some sort of final deletion WWE version. But I don't see this feud ending tonight. It should, because I don't think it's been as good as it possibly could have been. But
Matt Hardy made him think twice about that.
Yeah, I see this going forward through to WrestleMania. Beardy Buffoon says, not a fan of the Woken gimmick, want to see Wyatt win, so inevitably Hardy will win.
Oh, the reversal by Matt Hardy.
Decent logic. I think everybody's always rooting for Bray Wyatt to win. Everybody always wants him to win.
Oh, no.
He just doesn't. Like when he won the championship last year, it was amazing. Such a shock.
Matt Hardy's on the attack now.
But didn't have the title for long enough, wasn't given much of a chance. Got moved to Raw and got lost in the shuffle. This sucks.
Knocked him right off his feet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Up and over with a suplex.
It's a shame, really. They've wasted Bray Wyatt because he has such potential. Like when he came up from NXT and he was like wearing the Hawaiian shirts and the white linen trousers and preaching and all that kind of thing. And he came up to the main roster and yeah, it was cool, but then it got weird, like real quick.
There may not be a more heartless individual than Bray Wyatt. When the lights go out and the Eater of Worlds stands in front of us, we're almost guaranteed to witness.
I think if you're just coming into wrestling, going back to what Bearded Buffoon said about not being a fan of the Woken gimmick, if you've not seen it in TNA and you've not warmed to it from there, you're not going to like it now. I mean, this is for the hardcore broken fans. Obviously, Vince sees money in it, and that's why we've got it in WWE. I hope to God that when Jeff comes back, that Jeff's not involved in it. I want to see Jeff have like a solo run on his own. Like go for the. I mean, Jeff could go for the championship. Jeff's still awesome. Gets injured a lot, but he's still awesome.
You got to wear your opponent down. Find that little weakness that could help you end up with a victory.
Steve's here. Our Steve, not Steve. One word, Steve. What's happening, Steve? How's it going, mate?
Pure power on display right there.
So, Bit of a Buffoon says, like you say, this will probably carry on to Mania. If Hardy wins tonight, then I can see Wyatt pushing for some revenge at Mania. Also, massive yes on a solo run for Jeff.
He's got to hurry if he doesn't want to
Better get me in that ring, Bray. There we go. What does everybody think to Jeff Jarrett being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? That's an interesting one, right? I thought Jeff Jarrett had burned all bridges with WWE, especially when he bought TNA and all that stuff. I thought he'd burnt his bridges with WWE in his WCW days when he originally left WWE. But from what I know, Jeff Jarrett is in a WWE-sponsored rehab and has been for some time. And obviously now he doesn't have anything to do with TNA. He just owns the rights to Global Force Wrestling. I think that still is a thing. I have no idea anymore. But I've always liked Jeff Jarrett. I've never really had a massive issue with him. Some people really hate Jeff Jarrett, but I'm not one of those guys. I like the Slapnuts thing. I like it when he hit that little dude with the guitar. I love all that. I hope they bring Slapnuts t-shirts back.
I'm not sure how much more he has to give.
To be honest as well, I'd quite like to see Jeff Jarrett involved in WWE TV. He's a great wrestling mind. He knows wrestling. I mean, in the glory days of TNA, Jeff Jarrett was the driving force. He's the reason we have the likes of AJ Styles, while we had Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, why they've all been brought to the forefront of professional wrestling is because of Jeff Jarrett. So I think he could have something to do with WWE going forward. While I've been babbling on, this has actually been a good match.
Bray Wyatt reverses it. There he goes to the outside.
Remember, though, there are no timeouts in WWE.
Bringing it back between the ropes. Oh boy, he is rolling. He knows he's in trouble.
Bit of a Buffoon says guitar over the back is now redundant after Strowman with the double bass the other week. Yeah, fair enough.
This
yeah.
could be the end.
He's calling for it.
He's almost got him.
And there it is.
Twist of fate. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, and 3. Yes. And Woken Matt Hardy picks up the win. Finn says that was awesome. I'm assuming he means Braun Strowman hitting the double bass over Elias on Raw. Right, next. Next up, I think we should have one of the Elimination Chamber matches. We'll go with the
Here is your winner,
the Women's Elimination Chamber match,
Hardy.
which I hope does go on first, because I mean, obviously I know they're making history, got to keep making that history with the women's stuff, but no, the Women's Royal Rumble went on last, and I think that shocked people. I don't think they need to put the Women's Elimination Chamber on last. That's not, you know, I'm not knocking the Women's Elimination Chamber. I think it's great that they're having it. I just don't think they need to have it on last. So, this is for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. I'm going to be Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
So we have, in this match, we have Mickey
James.
Chris says breaking news, Sonny hates women. That's not the case. We have 2 members of Absolution, Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose.
Close enough. We've got 2 attires. Now we'll go for the gold one. That's the one she wears. We have Sonya Deville.
Sonya.
Just Sonya, right, okay. And Sasha Banks and Bayley, right. To be honest,
Sasha Banks.
they're all ganging up on me in the comments for hating women. It's not the case, I don't hate women. Bayley, right.
Bayley.
So like I said, this is for the Raw Women's Championship. Is this, to me this seems like it's just set up for Alexa to win so that she can defend her championship at WrestleMania. Because obviously she hasn't defended the championship since October, on whatever the October pay-per-view was. I think it was No Mercy. And she obviously hasn't defended it there since then. So I think she'll successfully defend it tonight and then get her head kicked off by Asuka at WrestleMania. Griff says, you see Paige's new tattoo, eat shit on her hand, should help her post-wrestling career options. Decent. Then he says, oh sorry, it's talk shit, get bit. Much better. Yeah. Interesting one. Steve says, I think Jeff Jarrett in the Hall of Fame is a strange one. I thought it was a strange one, but the more I think about it, I think it makes perfect sense. I think it's fine. Finn says face palm. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she doesn't help herself, Paige. I mean, like, you had the porn stuff, then going out with Del Rio, and the suspended through the wellness policy thing, and it's just like, girl, come on, for fuck's sake, help yourself out. Oh, I forgot the Elimination Chamber matches get entrances this year. They figured out how to do that. Bayley's boobs are too big on this. Griff's favourite, the Bayley boob jiggle.
The following 6-man contest is the
6-man contest.
Chamber match. And from San Jose, California, Bayley.
Here we go, and it sounds to me like the crowd is more than ready for this one. So am I, Michael. I've been looking forward to this.
I still think Bayley looks like at the beginning. Who's this? Oh, it's Rocky.
And from Chemung, New Jersey, Sonya.
It's Elimination Chamber time, guys. Are you ready? You should know
okay, Sonya Deville's face looks a little bit squashed. It's like that Snapchat filter where it like pushes up and you've got like the big face. It looks like that. I've also got that dressing gown. But otherwise, that CAW looks pretty good. I'm not knocking the CAW because I'm not talented enough to make one myself. So here's Mandy Rose with Summer Rae's entrance.
And from Yorktown Heights, New York.
Not too bad. Not again a good CAW. We can't knock it. Standard. Oh no, I get to be in one of the chambers. Awesome. Thankfully, she's coming down with the belt.
From Columbus, Ohio, the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss.
Talk shit, get bit. So Mickie James is going to be starting the match.
And from Richmond, Virginia, Mickie James.
Who have you guys got winning this one then? Obviously, I'm sticking with Alexa Bliss. She's my pick.
And from Boston, Massachusetts.
I'd originally sort of toyed with the idea of Sasha Banks winning it, but I just can't see it. I just can't.
And it seems to me like
it all just seems set for Alexa Bliss to defend her championship at WrestleMania, and she deserves it because she's been awesome.
Well, to say she looks
right. Griff says, is this for the championship? Yes, it is. Yes, it is for the championship. So,
let's get this match going.
Mickey and Sasha Banks are going to start things off.
Phoenix crowd couldn't be any more excited for this one.
Nice slow start.
No.
Why do they make man noises there? Finn says, Bayley eliminates Sasha. Sasha turns heel. So do we have Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania then, do we think?
There is a ton of talent in that ring right now.
I mean, that makes sense, because if we're going to have Alexa versus Asuka for the championship, you've got to give the other girl something to do as well. I imagine you have Absolution do something at WrestleMania. I don't know what, but at the same time I think Bayley versus Sasha sounds like a really good shout. Unless Sasha turns at WrestleMania and they have Bayley and Sasha versus Absolution.
You better look out now.
The one not funny guy says his mum's going to win the Elimination Chamber match. I hope she does, mate. Good luck to her. I really do hope your mum wins it.
We're witnessing a level of punishment that can only be described as...
Oh, I came into the match, weren't even paying attention. Too busy listening, too busy reading the not funny guys. I'm assuming your mum's Mickey James, and she's the only one who's probably old enough to be a mum, even though she's still only in her 30s. I think.
Just carrying the opposition here.
But you can't carry your opponent all day. You gotta make a move eventually.
Oh, they're coming in thick and fast in this match.
Get ready.
Nice choke STO.
Driven down on her back and
here comes Sonya Deville. How's the men's one going to work? Because obviously there's 7 guys in the men's one now. Are they going to have another pod? Like one in the middle or something maybe? Or are they going to start it as a triple threat? Because they haven't said. They've just said there's going to be 7 guys in there. Just left us to figure it out for ourselves.
She's taking on some heat. To be expected, though.
Guys, if you are watching, I do want to know who you think is going to win the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
She will do absolutely everything in her power to ensure she's the last woman standing here tonight.
And you could tell that this crowd is shocked to see her lose.
Obviously, we know who Not Funny Guy is going to win.
Here we go.
Chris says they're going to squeeze 2 dudes into one pod.
This is another example of the carnage this beauty can create. What an unbelievable slam. Look who it is. Bayley. Oh, no.
Okay, yeah.
Happened to her pretty face. This is going too far now.
Bit of a thing says, I think they said on Raw it will start as a triple threat.
Damage with the knee now.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Finn says, I imagine 3 to start. They're too lazy to add another pod. Also that. Yeah. Not Funny Guy's now changed his tune and says, I think Sasha is going to win. Unless Sasha, of course, is his mum, which is fairly unlikely.
Alexa's not the biggest, but she's definitely one of the top.
I'm getting the crap kicked out of me in this match.
She's starting to take a beating. She's in there with some stiff competition tonight.
Right about now, she's realizing the trouble she's gotten herself into by agreeing to compete
there we go, that's better.
in the Elimination Chamber.
Boy, the time just flies, doesn't it?
So Mandy Rose is about to come in. She's the final one in the match.
She's taking on some offense here. When she agreed to this match, she knew this wasn't going to be easy.
But there is no quit in this woman, Cole. She will do absolutely everything in her power to ensure she's the last woman standing here tonight.
It's been quite the back and forth battle for these women, guys, and I'm willing to bet that's the way it's going to be the rest of the way.
God, the switching system on this game is crap.
She lands the belly to back. Sasha Banks is making her presence known.
Oh, the mitt kick right on the money.
Ah, quick kick out from Alexa Bliss.
So, Sonny Deville's been kicked in the face early doors.
A bit there. She's definitely energized, but she'd better make sure she saves something for later.
Look, Mickie James
I hate that move.
now.
Sonny Deville getting a beating outside the ring by Bayley.
Take cover. You could call this a good old cover here. She's looking to get out of here with a win early.
She got her shoulder up, and we continue.
Oh, man, she's rolling now.
Okay, now she's just showing off. She needs to find a way to get to her feet.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah, I really am getting the crap kicked out of me here. This is not good. Not good at all.
She's got her now.
Now that's how you make a statement.
Hard not to be impressed by that combination.
She's got to find a way to get up here, guys.
That won't be easy, Michael, given the beating she's taken so far.
Can't work out the switching thing.
Here she comes.
There we go.
We'll see if she can turn things around.
That's called being driven straight down to the canvas.
So good showing for Alexa Bliss's partner
I think this match is
on 205 Live.
She is without a doubt one of the toughest women on the roster today, and you know.
And will this be it? And there's the kick out by Alexa.
Heel Mojo Rawley's in the comments.
Not the biggest, but she's
The Simpsons
definitely one of the
3 scenes plus a tag from a marriage is going to be like Family Guy Multiverse.
Wow.
Is the most confusing comment I've ever read on YouTube.
Look at the look in her eye. Look at this.
Uh-oh. If somebody can decipher that that comment for me, that'd be great.
It's a textbook maneuver.
Griff says
Will it be? Ah, quick kick out from Alexa Bliss.
Steve says, which one are you playing as? I'm playing as Alexa Bliss, the one lying down in the middle of the ring currently, getting the crap kicked out of her.
She counters before it's too late.
She is on fire.
A few inches off there. You have to think that's it.
This one's over, guys.
And here's a cover. And it's Alexa.
So Mandy Rose eliminates Sasha. Right, okay.
Mickie James has been eliminated.
Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. No, now Mandy Rose has eliminated Sasha. Right, okay.
Sasha Banks has been eliminated.
So we're 2 down now. Mickie James and Sasha Banks have both been eliminated from the match. Somehow I'm still going. I thought I was going to lose ages ago.
This could be it, guys.
Finn says, thought Buddy Murphy looked great on 205. Mandy Rose has turned on her Absolution partner here.
She's taking a while to get up here.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Griff says, do you think he legit got down to 205? No. Don't know, man. It depends how serious they take it, and you know how.
And this has got to be it.
She's flipped the switch, and the light is on.
I don't know. Maybe. I like that it's part of the story. So whether he did or didn't, at the minute I'm not really that bothered. I like it. I think Drake Maverick is doing an awesome job
She clearly liked
on 205 Live.
the first time she delivered that move. Alexa Bliss is not someone to sleep on.
Yeah, Mojo, we saw your comment before. We still don't understand what it means.
Shoulders down.
Finn says, hard to say. He's definitely lost weight from his NXT days.
And here's a cover. Bayley has her inner sights.
Absolution going at it in the middle of the ring here. With constant reversals.
A few inches off there.
Inches? She missed by at least a foot, Cole.
This is some great offense by Alexa Bliss.
You can see the confidence just beaming from her right now.
Could it be Sparkle Splash time?
She's in a bad.
Whee!
If she gets in attack mode, look out. And will this be it?
Bayley is gone. Sparkle Splash takes her out. Twisted Bliss, of course, that's what it is, but yeah.
That won't be easy, Michael.
Me and Finn like the Sparkle Splash, that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so now it's Alexa in there with 2 members of Absolution who are seemingly enjoying beating the crap out of each other.
She looks absolutely helpless after that neck breaker.
Alexa Bliss setting up.
Oh, Alexa with the DDT.
Finn says Sparkle Splash forever.
Here for Alexa Bliss.
Here's a cover.
Big DDT on Mandy Rose.
There's the
Mandy is gone.
What took him so long?
A competitor
Look at that in a
has
second
been
time.
eliminated.
Amazing combination. Bliss is, will it be?
Heel says, Homer and Marge recount the story of their transition
really
from
can't
loving
believe
their
what's
life
gone down
without
so
kids
far.
to being miserable
This match has
parents.
been even more physical than I thought it would be.
We don't know what you're talking about, Mojo. I have to be honest, mate.
Yeah, she's getting after it, showing great.
And she's trying to flip the script here.
Easier said than done.
What
Michael.
is Alexa's signature move? Anybody? It's not a running one.
Oh, the counter. She's turning the tables.
Ain't turned yet. Still got some work to do.
All right, let's go to the top.
Bliss with the reversal.
But let's take it a bit higher than that. Let's go up one more. Oh,
I
okay,
think
or
we're
not.
about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
No, the DDT's a finisher, standing finisher. How'd you go up? Can you not? No, okay, bollocks to it.
Incoming.
Sparkle splash.
Cover here. There's the elimination.
And Alexa retains.
Six-man match is all over.
That was an action-packed match. I enjoyed it. I'm actually enjoying playing this tonight. Griff says, "Oh, it's those flipping knee things to the ground to a grounded opponent. Oh, insult to injury. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Somebody want to put Mojo in timeout? Because I don't have access to a computer in front of me.
Bliss.
Wow, now that was an impressive victory.
Mojo, you had your chance, mate. But to be honest, you're making no fucking sense, mate. So we're just gonna have to put you in timeout. I'm gonna trust either Finn or Griff to do that. Somebody's just sent me an invitation to play Fortnite. Obviously, they can't see that I'm streaming. Plus, you don't want me playing Fortnite with you. I suck. Right. Let's go for the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Thank you, Finn. Which is going to be Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar, against Titus Worldwide. Which sucks. So,
The Celtic Warrior.
poor Apollo Crews deserves better.
Cesaro.
This could be one of the first times that Titus O'Neil has been used in one of these streams. They ain't even got announcer names. Neither of them. Right. So this, of course, is for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Please, Cesaro and Sheamus be the Raw Tag Team Champions. They're not, but let's pretend they are. Not Funny Guy says, I wish John Cena was in that match, he would win. What, the Women's Elimination Chamber? He's in the Men's Elimination Chamber, so that's okay, right? That's good enough, I think. So, guys, who've we got? Titus Worldwide or The Bar? Finn's comment basically says it all. He says, of all the teams to give a tag title match, yeah, they give one to Titus Worldwide. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, they lose every week. How long before they listen to us and they get rid of this Cesaro James Bond entrance thing? I love the way it transitions to Sheamus' music and the entrance from that point. But, you know, I hate this bloody thing. So I think I speak for everybody when I say that I think The Bar will win. There's no reason to give...
Apollo Crews on his way to the ring now.
And let me tell you, this is a huge match right here for Apollo Crews.
Finn says, did WWE forget the Revival exist? Apparently so. Why give a tag team title match to the Revival when you can give it to Titus Worldwide? And Steve says the hair looks good in this game. Are you behind a little bit, Steve? Still watching the Women's Elimination Chamber match? Apollo Crews' hair looks really good. And Titus. Griff says, I forgot the Revival existed. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't remember the last time the champ was in this much jeopardy. Cole.
Problem is, with Titus O'Neil, given his size and all that sort of stuff, he could be an absolute monster. Like, they could have booked him so well, but no, they didn't. They just... he sucks, basically. He could have been so good. Not Funny Guy says, do you think when Dean returns he'll turn heel? Good question, and yes, I do. I think the plan, at least from what I read, was to have Dean Ambrose turn heel on Roman Reigns, and they were going to feud after WrestleMania when Roman Reigns inevitably wins that Universal Championship. But yeah, I think so. I think Dean's better suited to be a heel. Griff says I hope so, so obviously he thinks so as well.
Shows us some clever
Bearded Buffoon says the bar all day long on this one.
Let's quickly discuss Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense.
For those who are unfamiliar with him, what can they anticipate out of him here?
It's a shame because Apollo's really good as well.
Matches. Just give me the big boys in the heavyweight division. Real men inflicting real damage. I love it.
Well, he's trained all his life to be here. It's either going to pay off or not. We'll see real soon.
I mean, Apollo has such an amazing moveset, and he looks the part. I think they took him from NXT too soon.
And mean, and those are his good qualities. The superstar known as the real deal is putting all of his energy into launching.
Finn says, I heard he was going to turn on Seth. I hope that still happens. Oh, okay. I think it will, but I think Dean Ambrose is a way off.
This is some great offense by Sheamus.
Being back to full fitness. We're looking at towards the end of the year, from what I heard.
Cesaro with nice contact there.
Man, this Cesaro and Sheamus team has really worked out. But when they first became a tag team, if you listen to our podcast, the Grapcast, you would sort of know that I wasn't a big fan of it. But now, man, so good.
Everyone knows what it's all about.
Oh, see what Sheamus did there.
I'm a huge fan of the Titus brand. I'm wearing Titus brand designer jeans right now.
And underwear.
I'd like to go on the record and say that in 12 months, Titus brand will be a global brand for his and her designer fashion.
Not Funny Guy says, rip the Shield then. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, and sent crashing back down.
Man, Cesaro is so impressive. Griff says, such a clusterfuck of a reunion. Yeah, they had the most appalling look. Like, the worst. Like, because Roman, like, came down with that virus. Then obviously they had to have Kurt Angle come down dressed as the Shield, and then obviously now you got Dean injured. It's just, I mean, I was all for it. I was really looking forward to it. I thought the timing was good, but it just didn't. I don't know. It just hasn't worked out. They'll try it again. They will. Until, well, I mean, Dean won't turn heel straight away, I don't think.
Saw that one coming. Uses the headbutt.
Because otherwise, if he does, that reunion may as well just not happen.
Flips the script on him there. No person can take much more of this. Titus O'Neil is not looking good. He needs to find a... Oh, and he makes
hot
the
tag.
That was a game changer right there, Michael.
Yeah, sit down.
Look out, there he goes.
Knocked right off his feet.
Crews seems to have lost a step now. Heading into this match, he and his partner look extremely confident.
The beauty of tag team competition is that he doesn't need to take the entire brunt of the opposition's attack. Though the thought of making a tag doesn't necessarily appear to be on his mind right now.
This match is so
Did I reverse that, or was it just
right now that it's
this game, man?
impossible to pick a winner. I guess we'll just have to settle in and enjoy the action.
The fight's being brought right to him. Oh, and he reverses it. No countering that overhand punch.
And the Cesaro section can't be far behind.
He's delivering an old-fashioned butt kicking right here.
Worldwide.
So great right now. And you have to assume his partner is just itching to get in there right about now.
And knowing him the way I do, I'm willing to bet he thought he was going
So
to get
sharpshooter is Cesaro's main finisher.
Obviously.
Looking for the sharpshooter, and he's sitting out. Cesaro
Sure.
gonna get him to tap out, maybe.
Truly devastating, Cole.
Apollo Crews is in trouble.
What an offensive
Big strength from Cesaro.
He's pressing all the right buttons now.
Oh. Imagine if Titus Worldwide win the tag team championships tonight. Maybe that's the big swerve of the night. We know who's going to win the Elimination Chamber matches. Maybe the big thing is Titus Worldwide winning the winning the tag titles.
Dominant as this guy.
Beautiful standing shooting star. Can't wait.
Like I said, I like Apollo Crews,
is rolling
and
now.
Titus O'Neil is fine, but no, you just can't have it. Hang on, what the hell?
One-man gang in there.
The circumstances are looking dire.
Finn says,
for
please
Apollo.
no.
And he tags his partner in.
Momentum has certainly shifted here, Michael.
Great offense by Titus O'Neil.
Worldwide.
Nobody controls the pace of a match. He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Go on, Sheamus. It'll be one of those things where the bar wins, but then they're like, what a great showing for Titus Worldwide, blah, 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 blah.
He's clearly in a bad way right now.
And Sheamus. Oh, he's going for that high cross. Way up top. High
Jesus.
cross from Sheamus.
Looks like another check in the loss column for Titus O'Neil.
Not Funny Guy says, didn't they have a tag team elimination chamber match?
WWE
Yeah, when was that? Chris says, yeah, it was awesome. I can't even remember when it was. Was it last year?
Tagged in.
Oh, there's Apollo.
He lands the overhand. Pays for that one.
Look, Titus O'Neil's on the attack now.
Now Apollo Crews is the legal man.
If I keep going the way I am here, Titus Worldwide's going to win the tag team titles on this.
What are the odds that we'll see new tag team champions?
Not Funny Guy says, wasn't it 2015 or 2016? I can't remember. Might go back and revisit it. I like the Elimination Chamber, it's good. Right, let's put an end to this.
Sheamus comes in off the tag.
Big bro kick. Let's get rid of the big deal, Titus O'Neil.
Knocked right off the apron.
Sorry, Apollo.
This should do it right there.
They did it.
So just like what I expect to happen tonight, the Bar retain the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Not a bad match. We've had some good matches tonight on this.
Here are your winners,
He says, yeah, it was 2015. Right, okay.
Warrior, Sheamus, and Cesaro.
So we've only got a couple of matches left on this. Just, like I said, it's a relatively small card. So next up is a singles match, and it's a women's division match, Asuka versus Nia Jax, with the stipulation of, should Nia Jax beat the undefeated Asuka, she will be entered into the women's championship match at WrestleMania. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I do not. I will be very, very, very surprised if Asuka loses at the Elimination Chamber. Not a chance.
Nia Jax.
I think Not Funny Guy is agreeing with me. He doesn't think that Nia Jax is going to beat Asuka. I just can't see it, you know? It's just, they've had her undefeated for this whole time. It just doesn't make sense for her to lose now. Unless it's by shenanigans. I mean, shenanigans, you know, that could happen. They could have, you know, Asuka lose by DQ or count out or something like that. So that gets Nia Jax entered into the match at WrestleMania. So at least then they can still say that she hasn't been pinned or submitted. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who's going to win, Asuka or Nia Jax? How's this one going to pan out? Also, an observation. I think they've altered Asuka's entrance music so that you can hear the lyrics more. I mean, on this, it seems like it's the older version. Steve says hard to say. Finn's gone for Asuka. Not Funny Guy's gone for Asuka. And Steve says hard to say. Go with your gut, Steve. What do you think? Who do you think's going to win? Who do you want to see win?
And her opponent, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
We have one-on-one action on the way, and this one should be nothing short of amazing.
I don't doubt that.
But what does Asuka do at WrestleMania? Sorry, Nia Jax do at WrestleMania should she lose tonight? Maybe she then gets entered into a feud with Absolution, and she's part of some sort of tag team match at WrestleMania.
You have competitors on the level of these.
I mean, WrestleMania is going to be about 12 days long, so everyone can have a match.
Well, guys, to say this Phoenix crowd is ready for this match would be a gross understatement.
Steve says Nia Jax is going to win. There you go, that's better. He's corrected himself, but Nia. All right, okay, so Steve thinks Nia Jax is going to win.
And I could not agree more.
It's good to have a bit of diversity here, because obviously everybody thinks the same things are going to happen on this seemingly obvious Elimination Chamber pay-per-view card.
Asuka with the offense. Plenty of force behind that elbow. Asuka with the offense.
Asuka with all the kicks. That went well. I wanted to do a dive outside, but we're game win, haven't it?
Jax with some offense of her own. Her overhand punch finds the mark. Asuka looking uneasy now. She doesn't appear too concerned, however.
You know, she's the kind of competitor that actually likes getting hit. It motivates her. And this might just be what she needs to put her over the top, believe it or not.
But it's still early here, guys.
Nia Jax with the early advantage here.
Nia Jax covers early. And Asuka powers out.
She powered out there, Michael.
Connects with a counter. Nicely timed by Asuka. Asuka turns it around. Tags her right in the face.
Man, Asuka's a beast. So good. I mean, it's almost inevitable that she's going to win the championship at WrestleMania. So even if they inserted Nia Jax into that match, like you still got to believe that that belt is going home with Asuka.
I guess she feels there's something to be said for going back to something that worked before.
Asuka with a kick downstairs.
Not done with a running hip attack.
She's in complete control here, guys.
Oh, and she has an answer for that one. Going for an encore here.
Nia Jax coming back.
She's calling for it.
She's thinking about it.
Definitely not where you want to be right now.
He's got to find a way to get out of this, Michael.
Here's Nia Jax with some offense of her own.
Nia coming back into it.
Early. Asuka gets the shoulder up.
And we continue.
Not funny guy says Asuka for life. Big fan of Asuka then, are you, my friend? She's good, man. I really like her. I've got a friend of mine is under the firm belief that she could be the heavyweight champion, like, of the men, not just of the women. I mean, she hits hard. She's tiny in real life, though.
Tell me what Asuka can do here.
Real small.
Her chances. Her opponent's clearly getting the
But
best
she's
of her
awesome.
here. Asuka turns
If WWE ever did go down that route like other indie promotions are and Lucha Underground is doing, like having men fight the women, I would love to see Asuka versus Brock Lesnar. I would love to see Asuka kick Brock Lesnar's fucking head off. That would be awesome.
You can say that again.
I want to see Asuka versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. That's the match I want to see. I want Asuka to be a late entrant into the men's Elimination Chamber match and for her to win it.
Look at her go.
That would be the best.
Thinking by night. She's countering nicely now.
Yeah, a second ago, she was almost done. Nobody wants to face Asuka when she's rolling.
What we got here? John Cena versus Asuka at Dream match at WrestleMania.
She might just have nothing left to give at this point.
Cena would win though, so I can't tolerate that, I'm afraid.
I just don't see how she can win this match. She's simply taking too much offense.
Give her credit though, guys. She may be on the wrong end of this battle right now, but she is showing absolutely no signs of giving up.
She comes up big with a reversal.
Oh, Nia Jax coming back into it again.
I thought the canvas would break. That slam was powered by superhuman strength. Corey, she's not getting up.
Well, she better if she wants to win this match.
Here's Nia Jax with some offense of her own.
Oh shit. Big
Big
power bomb.
That certainly seems to be the case.
I quite like the transitional thing on this game
We might be looking at the end
when
of
it
the
works
line for her.
properly.
Given the awful condition she appears to be in right now, expecting her to execute a third finisher here tonight would just be plain foolish.
And here's the Asuka lock to Nia Jax.
So much credit.
Tap out and call it a night.
That's it. That's what she needed.
I hate this submission system so much. It's genuinely the fucking worst. Here we go. Oh, come on. Sure, I've got another one. We'll do it again. We'll make a tap out. Unless Asuka's got a better finishing move to use.
There may be no beating her here tonight.
Asuka turns it around.
So I'm assuming everyone's going for Asuka in this match. Here we go.
Look at Asuka go. My goodness.
So it's just going to kick the crap out of Nia Jax.
And one to the face.
Right to the face. Nice. Maybe they could have Asuka as a secret entrant into the 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship tournament.
You can't teach the type of tenacity
Oh,
we're witnessing
Nia
here.
kicks out at 2.
She's not done yet. sorts of trouble here.
John Cena versus Oscar versus Braun versus Brock. Imagine that match.
So strong. Fireman's carry. Slam it into the mat.
Big slam.
So hazardous to your health, too. Wow, she's fought her way all the way back here.
Yeah, she's a little bundle of energy right now.
Here we go.
She reverses out of it.
Can we turn it around?
Too soon. Close call there.
Asuka turns it around.
Big armbar. Armbar.
That should do it.
Even better the second time around.
And it's over with the armbar. Oscar wins.
Paying way too much. He has to tap out.
He has to tap out. Come on, guys. Sort the commentary of this game. Jesus. Should not be too difficult. Right, that leaves us with one more match. And that is the men's Elimination Chamber match to determine the #1 contender for the Universal Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Whoever wins is going to point to the sign, because of course. Not Funny Guy says, Sonny, do you have Fortnite? Yes, I do have Fortnite. Everyone does, right? It's free.
What a grueling match. It looked like anybody's match there toward the end. It's wins like...
Right, okay, so. Right, so. It's obviously a 7-man Elimination Chamber match. This game, obviously the 7-man Elimination Chamber match wasn't even invented when this game came out. So somebody's going to have to miss out. Right, so we've got man, where's Samoa Joe? I mean, I wish Samoa Joe wasn't injured. Also, why isn't Sin Cara in this match? They should be in this match, right? He's the hardest man in the locker room. He's an absolute juggernaut of a superstar and should absolutely be the #1 contender to Brock Lesnar's Universal Heavyweight Championship, but he's not. Right, what am I doing? I'm going to be lol Roman Reigns wins. Where is he? There he is, right. Right, so we enter randomly there. And I can't even remember who's even in this match. Seth Rollins is in this match. Finn Balor's in it, isn't he, as well? Martin Dixon is here. What's happening, buddy? He says Sin Cara for WrestleMania. Always Sin Cara for WrestleMania. Which one do we think is going to turn up tonight? Do we think it could be the Demon Finn Balor? I think it's going to be the Demon Finn Balor, right? Griff says they know people could suspend their disbelief if Sin Cara was in there. That's it. There'd be none of this, oh, Roman Reigns is definitely going to win nonsense if Sin Cara's in the match as well, because surely Sin Cara is going to win. Has to be the case, right? Right, who else we got in there? Seth Rollins. In fact, Elias is in there as well, isn't he? Let's get Elias in there. I like Elias. Right. Griff says you think it'll be Balor Club, Finn. Really? Oh, fuck you, Griff. Who else we got? Seth Rollins. Of course, Cena's in there, isn't he, as well? Chris. Oh, Chris is here. Sorry, I did... damn, I'm only just tuning in. My notification never went off. Oh, man, that sucks. We've had a good time here tonight. We've had fun. He says, so when Reigns wins, we riot, right? Yeah, we riot. We cancel our WWE Network subscription, and we riot. Let's get Braun Strowman in there. Somebody's missed out, but I can't think who.
Braun Strowman.
Obviously, again, this game will not allow us to have a 7-man elimination chamber. That's fine. 6-man it is. Right. There's only one winner anyway in real life. And of course, that is Roman Reigns. Miz, of course, yeah. I don't worry about it. I'd rather have Elias in there. There's something different. Yeah, Chris says, I think I'll save the Demon for WrestleMania. Griff says, I'm hoping Seth freaking Rollins, but I'm fine with Roman winning. Griff, get the fuck out of here. Chris says, should that be Riot double T? Yeah, like Ruby Riot. Everyone's telling me that The Miz is going to be in there. Yeah, we haven't got The Miz, but we're not allowed because 7-man elimination chamber. Finn says, at this point, Roman almost seems too obvious. Here's what they could do. They could have somebody other than Roman Reigns win. And then tomorrow night on Raw, Roman can come down and be like, look, I challenge you, and if I win, I get your slot at WrestleMania. Then, lol, Roman wins. Just to at least give us something different tonight.
Elimination Chamber match. And from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns.
Michael Cole at this point, of course, is going, it's the big dog! Braun Strowman seems destined to fight with Triple H in some fashion at WrestleMania, so he's not winning.
This is it. This is the match we've all been waiting.
So according to you guys in the comments earlier on, this match is going to start as a triple threat match, and they're not going to put another pod in there, which is fine, and that makes perfect sense.
And from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 200.
Finn says, I can honestly see it being a triple threat with Seth, Roman, and Brock at WrestleMania. Okay.
Are you at all surprised by the
Chris says, one rumor going around is Rollins
Not in the least bit, Michael.
wins and takes the belt to SmackDown after Mania, whilst AJ comes to Raw. Griff says, I'm down with that, as am I. Ooh, that's a real interesting one. I'd love that, because it will give us something different. Yeah, okay, I'm down with that. Plus, AJ can easily fit in on Raw. No burn it down. Yeah, because they're going to have another WWE draft after WrestleMania, aren't they? So you don't think Nakamura's going to win the championship at WrestleMania then? Is that what we're saying? Chris says we need some new matches on SmackDown. It's stalled a bit. Griff has put burn it down in block caps. Martin says, I bet they'll add a shark cage into the chamber. Get more use out of that. There it is. Buy our toys. That's that one. Not Funny Guy says Miz gets ganged up by everyone he's supposed to be eliminated. Not a bad shout.
Finn Balor. And I gotta say, Finn Balor looking supremely confident here tonight, Cole.
Chris doesn't think Nakamura's going to win the championship.
I'd like to point out just how focused.
I think he will. I think he'll win the championship. But AJ can still go to Raw. AJ can lose the championship, the SmackDown championship at WrestleMania, then go to Raw. Although, I mean, you can still see Seth go to SmackDown, and you can have matches with Nakamura.
At 222 pounds, Elias.
How about Elias wins the Elimination Chamber, beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and everything's awesome. He's there playing guitar with
The 4 pods are securely closed, and we're underway.
How they got this gigantic structure in this
Chris says
arena is
Nakamura
beyond
Raw
me,
champ,
guys.
no chance.
I don't like the look in his eye here,
I mean,
folks.
maybe they just have Seth Rollins win and stay on Raw. But no, you're right. I mean, Nakamura suits SmackDown better.
like that can upset your opponent more than hurt them.
At the end of the day, Roman wins. Lol. That's it. I don't see any other outcome other than Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Winning tonight and beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
He has to be smart with what he does here. Saving his
So
energy
we've got
should be his top
Burn It Down
priority.
Seth Rollins starting off against Balor Club. Finn Balor.
When his strikes land, you can feel it in the...
Who's he gonna be?
What does Rollins do at Mania then? Well, from what I read and from what I've heard, whether it's true or not, I think they might want him to run a program with Kurt Angle. That's the last thing I read, because Kurt Angle was being touted around to be Ronda Rousey's tag team partner should they not be able to get The Rock. But I don't know if they're going. I don't know if they're still going to go with that.
WWE career began in 2002, and his first victory was over Y2J.
Because if they don't have, because yeah, what they were going to do, I got my words mixed up there. So they wanted The Rock to be the Ronda Rousey's tag team partner for WrestleMania. They don't know if The Rock's available. Kurt Angle's name was thrown into the hat, but I think the idea is they want him to run a program with Rollins and fight Rollins at WrestleMania. Fine. And then Braun Strowman will take the mantle of Ronda Rousey's tag team partner. Speaking of,
talk about hitting hard.
I think WrestleMania will start to make a lot more sense after tomorrow night's Raw.
What offense. During the beginning of John Cena's career, the rookie was among the legends of the ring. Cena became
I think tomorrow night we see the tomorrow night on Raw we see the Undertaker return.
WWE title.
And I think he challenges Cena. Cena loses tonight and he's like, oh, I'm not going to have a match at WrestleMania for the first time in 15 years and blah blah blah. And then Undertaker comes back, challenges him, and they fight at WrestleMania. That's Cena covered.
Check out Braun Strowman's offense.
Chris says Braun with Ronda, weird. I think they wanted Braun to fight Triple H.
And there's the neck breaker. And here's a cover. That's not going to do it.
Just power out.
Not every move is designed to get the fans off their feet.
Oh wait, it wasn't Seth Rollins who started the match. Sorry, it was Elias. My bad.
He misses there.
You just can't miss by that much, Cole.
Chris says, please no Undertaker. Sorry, mate, it's definitely happening. It's definitely going to happen.
Not where you want to be. This one's going to leave a mark. And will this be?
He's in the gym, sculpting his guns.
Yeah, he's got a lot left in him.
Everyone knows the Irish are.
Undertaker's going to WrestleMania, mate.
Great offense by John
Undertaker should have called it a day when he lost to Brock. We didn't need any more Undertaker after that.
Fans with some reason to worry about here. To be expected when you combine 6 of WWE's most volatile forces into one match.
Hey Cole, when was the last time you saw somebody win an Elimination Chamber match? Here we go.
Oh, Roman Reigns unable to be contained. It's Rollins. Seth Rollins. It was
Not Funny Guy says, what if Cena wins, goes to Mania and beats Brock? It would be a very WWE thing to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Chris says, just like Taz says, a lot of Raw is greasy black-haired dudes with beards and black ring gear. Yep.
He'd be wise to stay right there.
Chris says, should have called it a day after Hell in a Cell with Triple H. Yep, maybe go out on a win. Griff says, there was a point in the making me stay up until 9 in the morning watching The Undertaker walk fast. Yeah. Yeah. Taker vs Cena is the worst possible timeline. We just got done covering every WrestleMania match on the Newborn match on the New Blood Rising podcast, and it screws up. Right, okay. Elias has eliminated Finn Balor. That's definitely going to happen.
And down he goes, thanks to a vicious...
It's an interesting debate. I mean, I do think it's going to be... I mean, it should have... I mean, we had Cena versus Undertaker as a SmackDown rivalry like 10 years ago now, right? So I don't really understand the big like hard-on point of actually having it at WrestleMania. Who cares anymore?
John Cena with a nice reversal. Big miss for him there.
And he'll likely pay for it here.
But it's going to happen. I think Undertaker shows up on... I think Undertaker shows up on Raw tomorrow night when Cena's doing some sort of I'm not going to WrestleMania type speech. Elias has a big future. Maybe he's part of the Intercontinental ladder match at WrestleMania, should there be one, which I'm assuming there will be.
Now it's Roman Reigns.
Braun, I'm putting him with Ronda Rousey to fight Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
And I can't help but wonder if he's now regretting his
Seth,
decision.
we're going to go put him against Kurt Angle. Miz, of course, will defend his IC title at WrestleMania, so he's covered. Roman Reigns is going to fight Brock Lesnar for the Universal Heavyweight Championship. So that's what I think is going to happen to all the competitors in the Elimination Chamber.
Roman slamming into the mat.
He can end it here.
Here's a cover.
Chris says, I don't think so. I think we get Finn versus Miz at WrestleMania for the IC. In a straight-up singles match? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Many matches when you're down.
He is a one-man gang in there.
Unless maybe they do a ladder match for the United States Championship, and they sort of have Elias and the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I guess that could happen.
Nothing nice about that move, guys. The unfortunate reality is he might not get up.
Griff says, I'll only accept Undertaker at WrestleMania if he loses at a 2-minute squash to some young talent. Otherwise, fuck off, old man. Fair one.
Seth Rollins with good timing here. He may be in the best physical condition I've ever seen him in.
I'm getting a whooping it. Martin says, I agree, Griffin. I'm an incredibly big Undertaker fan.
He wants no part of the outside. Showing very few signs of life here.
Yeah, there's no way he comes back.
Chris says, not Taker's fault, it's fucking Vince. Well, I mean, yes and no. With it being Vince's fault, Undertaker needs to know when to call it a day. Now, I know wrestlers a lot of the time don't know when to call it a day.
There's the elimination, Byron.
That was amazing.
Seth Rollins has been eliminated.
He's back in control here.
But Undertaker has to know. He's got to call it a day. I mean, last year's match, the main event of WrestleMania against Reigns, was an absolute shambles. It was terrible. Probably the worst WrestleMania main event in history.
He wants no part of the outside. Roman Reigns saw that one coming. Here we go. John Cena setting.
Griff says Shawn Michaels did. Goat. Yeah. Shawn Michaels knew when to call it a day. Knew when enough was enough.
Bye-bye, Elias.
Elias is gone, so which leaves John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman.
He misses the mark.
Here's a little prediction for you. Cena starts and is in the final two with Roman Reigns.
Gets him with the leg drop.
Chris says, take a very loyal to McMahon. I mean, look at how the results of Brock went down mere hours before the match. Chris says, worst main event ever. Dude, no way. Mate, come on. We'll rewatch it back. It was awful. Me, Finn, and Steve were sat there watching it, and we were like, man, this is fucking terrible. Undertaker, it wasn't Roman's fault either. It was completely Undertaker's fault. He was just done. He was done. That was the sign to me that Undertaker was completely finished.
He's got him on his heels and shows no signs of letting up.
Tell me what's a worse WrestleMania main event than that. This I'm interested to hear, actually.
Going to be tough for him to fight back from this.
Well, the first thing he needs to do is get back to his feet, which is clearly easier said than done.
Oh, the counter.
Oh yeah, Roman versus Triple H was bad, but at least it wasn't. It was slow. It wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was bad, but I don't think it was Undertaker Roman Reigns bad.
We got a couple.
Strowman is feeling it. Right
Finn says agreed, Sonny. Just sad to see Undertaker like that. Oh yeah, I mean, it was sad to see Undertaker like that, struggling to like stand up, struggling to sell, struggling just to have moves done on him. and it made Roman look really bad. And it's almost, it gets to a point as a professional where it becomes unfair. Yeah, you still want the spotlight and all that sort of stuff, but you have to think of the people that you're working with. And that's what I don't think it's fair for Undertaker to carry on having these matches if he isn't capable of doing so. But yeah, Griff, Roman vs Triple H was WrestleMania main event.
I don't know, is that enough to shoulders down?
Bam Bam versus Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, that was bad. Was that the main event though? Wasn't it Shawn Michaels versus Diesel that year? WrestleMania 11?
Smashes that one.
Here's his moment, Michael.
If that was the main event, Chris, and that closed the show, then yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
What took him so long?
Poor Bam Bam.
The reversal by John Cena. Takes him out with a powerbomb.
Martin says the only truly awful WrestleMania main event I can think of is Hogan versus Slaughter at WrestleMania 7. It takes forever to get going. Martin says Bam Bam did close WrestleMania 11. Wow, that closed WrestleMania 11. Okay. What we're looking at right now is Vince McMahon's wet dream. Cena versus Roman Reigns.
And here's John Cena.
Griff says, so what we've learned is don't put old men in the main event.
My goodness, that connected.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if he hits this one's over.
What a spear! This one is over.
Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins to the surprise of nobody. Nobody at all. Alright, so we've also established, as well, along with don't put old men in WrestleMania main events, is there have been many terrible WrestleMania main events. Or at least a couple. Chris says just one spear. Alright, so Bam Bam versus Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, that's pretty awful. I'm putting Roman versus The Undertaker just under that.
Here is your winner.
Just because it was just not pretty to watch at all. It was a horrible sight. It was a really horrible sight. I hope WWE learned from the mistakes this year and do not put Cena versus The Undertaker as the WrestleMania main event. That would be a travesty, especially if you're going to have Roman versus Brock there and AJ Styles versus Nakamura, a match that closed Wrestle Kingdom for New Japan Pro Wrestling. That should close WrestleMania, but it won't. But yeah, alright, well guys, this has been a lot of fun. Expect to see this scene tonight around, well, tomorrow morning around 4 o'clock. Roman Reigns is going to win the Elimination Chamber. This has been a lot of fun. I've had a great time. This is DayDreamer Gaming's WWE Elimination Chamber 2018 prediction show, brought to you by the Grapcast. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, share. But enjoy Elimination Chamber, or at least try. I'm Sonny, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy. Goodbye.